Hello there and welcome back to Movie Recap. Today I'm going to recap Kaiji. A warning, spoilers ahead, please be cautious. Before we start, please support our channel by subscribing and clicking the bell icon for future notifications. Now let's start. If he wins, he will get 40 million. But if he loses, he will have to go back to the mine and work. He has to walk from this building to another building on a thin iron pulpit. The start this story begins with the main character showing Kaiji, who is in a very bad situation. Because one, he does not have a good job. Second, all the money he gets, he puts it all in the lottery. With his hope, someday his fate will change. Then one day, some people who are giving loans find Kaiji and take him. Now that Indu tells him that once your friend took all that loan from us, he is now nowhere. And because you had given him the guarantee, now you will give all the loan, which was about 20 lakh yen Japanese currency. Kaiji, crying, says that my situation is already very bad, and I don't have a rupee. Listening to this, Indu says that you go on a ship where the game will be played tonight. If your fate is with you and you are successful there, then you can repay the loan with the winning money. The rest of the money will change your fate. And now that he has no other way, he gets on the ship in the evening. He is taken to a hall where there were many other lenders like Kaiji who had come to test his luck like him. After a while, the host comes and welcomes everyone. Then he tells about the game and its principles. To play the game, he is given 3 stars. The price of 1 star is 1 lakh yen, along with an envelope which had 12 cards. 1 card was paper, 1 was rock, and the 3rd was scissor. Their marks were made. A man chosen to play with these people has to stand in front of the box. And this game is to play paper, rock, scissor. The player who loses will have to give 1 star to the other person and put the cards in the box. Within half an hour, he has to use 12 of his 12 cards. After the game is over, if someone has 3 or more stars than him, then he will win, and the loser will be punished. And that's the principle of this game, with which the game starts. People start looking for their fellow players. Now for convenience, I explain how this game is played. Now the scissor is stopped. Scissor is paper, and paper is rock. In a while, a man loses to his 3 stars. Then the guards took him to a dark room. Everyone was scared. But a clever boy comes to Kaiji. He says, "Listen to me carefully. I have a plan, according to which we both will win. Look, we already have 3 stars. Now if we play the same cards every time, the game will be equal. In this way, we will also use our cards." Kaiji likes this plan. So they go to play the game in front of a box. According to the plan, they were playing their own cards. Everything was going well. That boy keeps the winning card, and he says to Kaiji, "I'm sorry, friend, I kept it by mistake. Now give me 1 star. I will return it in the next round." But the next time, too, he keeps winning the winning card, and he takes another star from him. Actually, he fooled Kaiji. But Kaiji had 1 star and 1 card. He got angry. He hits the boy hard, due to which a little blood of Kaiji comes out and falls on the Caesar card. Both had seen the same thing. The guards come and separate them. Kaiji says, "It's your fault. You trusted anyone at such a place." The clever boy then tells everyone that Kaiji's last card is Caesar, so now anyone can defeat him. In return, Kaiji also told everyone that his last card is rock. Kaiji also did not believe him, so everyone started arguing with each other. The clever boy tells everyone that let's do this, and let's collect all the cards at one place. When the cards are collected, the one who had the most will be returned. How can anyone win? Everyone agreed for this, and they start giving their cards to the clever boy. Kaiji goes to an injured man. He says, "If you join me, then I can make both of us win," for which the man agreed. Even after that, the clever man gives the same blood-stained Caesar card to Kaiji, and he himself had turned his card. He did not put it in the middle and kept it with him. Then the clever man again goes to Kaiji to play the game. Kaiji agrees, but he has a condition. That you have to put all 3 of your stars at stake in the game. I will not do this, combining myself and this injured man, for which the clever man says yes, because he knew that Kaiji had a blood-stained Caesar card. So I will defeat him. Kaiji starts making fun of Kaiji, but Kaiji uses his brain to stop the winner card and wins this game. The clever man did not believe that. How did this happen? Then Kaiji tells him that I knew that you will return me my blood-stained Caesar card. So that's why I exchanged my card with this injured man. Kaiji then gets the stars from him. The cards come and take the clever man with them to the dark room, after which Kaiji and the injured man keep putting their cards in the box. The time is over immediately. Kaiji was very happy, because he was thinking that now everything will be fine. I will become rich. But then the injured man got a card from his pocket, which means he lost this game. The card starts taking him away. But Kaiji shows kindness and says that I will also go with you. And if we were together in winning, then we will also be together in losing. So now both are taken away. A chip is put in their arms at one place through injection, and then they are taken to the underground mine to work as laborers. Actually, this was the purpose of the game Host. For free the same laborer or slaves who will work here for about 15 years. The purpose of putting the chip is that they can't run away from here. They will also be paid a salary which was not equal to nothing. Only 150 rupees a day. On the day of salary, the manager opens the canteen, and all the laborers spend their whole month's earnings just on drinking alcohol. Kaiji also can't stop himself. Now, if anyone gets sick here, then he had to pay for the treatment. And the environment was so bad that people would get sick and die for 4 or 5 years. So after seeing all these circumstances, Kaiji guesses that I will pay as much money as I want to pay the debt, but I will not be able to get out of here alive. The doctor tells him that there is another way to get out of here. You will have to play a game again. Listening to this, some players take part in the game. So they are blindfolded and put in the truck. When the blindfold is removed from their eyes, they were standing on the roof of a very tall building. The host comes here and tells everyone about the game by giving a voucher of 10 million yen. They have to walk from a very thin iron bridge and go to the second building from this building. Whoever wins will be released by paying money. But yes, they can't touch this iron bridge because there is a 1,000-volt current running in it. The purpose of putting the current is so that the anchor does not go to that side. After telling this, the host goes to the second building where a lot of rich people had come who were eating food and came to enjoy this game. The boss of the debtors had also come here, who used to work for the chairman here and used to trap such people and bring them to the host. Then all the people were scared, but Kaiji gives everyone courage and they started walking on that bridge with a lot of courage. But then the lightning and clouds began to crack here. It means it will start raining soon here. A man gets scared thinking about it. He is sad, so he falls down thousands of feet, due to which his coffee dies completely. Seeing this, the rest of the people also got scared, and now the sequence of falling down one by one begins. A man catches this bridge because of fear. He feels such a strong current that he begins to tremble. He dies. He also falls down. Now, the man had found out that he was not going to survive. He also falls down with a man. Now, seeing these people falling down like this, the rich people were having a lot of fun. They were laughing a lot. Only 3 people were left on that bridge. Kaiji, the injured man, and a third man. It started raining. The injured man tells Kaiji that it is not my cup of tea to cross this bridge. On top of that, my feet are also tired. Giving a voucher, he says that take it and give the winning money to my son. Kaiji promises and takes the voucher. The injured man could not handle himself. He also falls down and dies. Now Kaiji and the other man were moving forward, encouraging each other. Gradually they walk and reach the other side. She was crying with joy. The other man started opening the door to go inside. But suddenly the air pressure came from inside, due to which the door opened with a strong shock. Kaiji was careful, but that man falls down and dies. And now Kaiji comes in crying. Everyone started clapping for his victory. Then the chairman comes here, who starts praising the host. Because in today's show, he and the rich people also enjoyed a lot. Kaiji tells him that take this, give me 20 million for both the vouchers. But the host said that no money is given in return for the dead man's voucher. Apart from that, a total of 70,000 is left, which you can take if you want. Actually, these people were cheating Kaiji. He also got very angry, because now he will not be able to give any money to the injured man's daughter. So now the chairman gives Kaiji one more chance to earn money. He says that now you have to play a game with the host. Both will be given 5 cards. In one set, there will be a king and his 4 citizens. In other, there will be a slave and his 4 citizens. Whoever has a slave set will go first. In this game, the citizen card can defeat the slave, while the king can defeat the citizen and the slave can defeat the king. And now Kaiji had to choose whether to take the king's set or the slave's set. Now if Kaiji wins this game by taking the slave set, then all the money he placed on his 10 times will be given to him. So now in the greed of more money, he takes the slave set and invests half of his money. But he forgot that by taking the slave, his chances of winning are less, because he can defeat the king with just 1 slave, but the host's 4 citizens can defeat his slave. Now his first 2 moves are equal to the citizen. But now, as soon as Kaiji plays the slave, The host found out that he had kept the slave. So he brings the citizen in front of him and defeats him. See, he was surprised. He did not understand anything. See how the host found out about my move. Then the host says that I will tell you by looking at the face of the people which card he is going to play. The chairman hits him with a glass. Says that I am not enjoying this game. Now to make the game more fun, he calls Indo and gives Kaiji 4 million. Kaiji takes 4 million as a loan so that he can place the money to continue. If he wins, he will get 40 million. But if he loses, he will have to go back to the mine and work. Anyway, the second round has started. Kaiji sees that the host is not looking at me. So he takes the risk of becoming a slave. But the host had found out that he has become a slave again. Once again, he keeps the citizen card in front of him and wins the second round. Because Kaiji had lost, the guards try to catch him and get him to work. At one place he stops and puts pressure on his mind that where was the host talking from? Whenever Kaiji looked at his cards, the host's eyes run his watch. Because the chip in Kaiji's hand was attached to his watch. Through the watch he could see Kaiji's blood pressure and heartbeat, with which he could guess whether Kaiji would take a risk or not. He gets an idea. He tells Indo to give him another loan of 50 million. I want to play again, and I hope I will win this time. She agrees. So he goes back to that room to play for 50 million. Before starting the round, he hits his head on the glass. His blood started coming out, which started hurting him a lot. His heartbeats also got very fast, with which the host will not be able to find out anything by looking at his watch. There were 2 cards of Kaiji on the table, 1 slave, 1 citizen. He quietly changes the slave card to citizen and stands up on purpose and drops his blood on both the cards. Then he starts pretending to wipe his blood on purpose. He leaves a little blood on the cards. And now, because the host could not cheat, his 2 moves become equal, because both had played the citizen. Similarly, the third was also equal, and now he had only 2 cards left. In the next move, he will be considered a king or a slave. After thinking, Kaiji moves a card forward, at the corner of which there was blood. Now the host thinks that the blood will fall on the slave, and he is a slave. So I will defeat him. The citizen starts moving forward quickly. But he thinks again that Kaiji is not so stupid that he started playing cards without cleaning, and that too in these circumstances when his life is at stake. Then he remembers that Kaiji had changed his slave card to a chip, to trap me with the citizen, which means both the cards there were citizens, and the blood had fallen on them. That is, this card is a citizen. So now to defeat the citizen, he moves the king's card forward. And Kaiji starts making fun that you lost. But then Kaiji suddenly flips his card and blows the host's mind, because that card was really a slave, and not a citizen who kills the king and defeats the host. In this way, Kaiji won this game. The host did not believe in all this. Kaiji says thank you for being so smart and for understanding me. Actually, the host had guessed Kaiji's plan completely right, except for one thing, and that is that Kaiji just pretended to change the cards. He really never changed any cards. He just wanted to trap the host. He also died. The chairman beats the host that you lost on our side, but the punishment is the same for everyone. From now on, you will also work in the same way, and Kaiji is given 10 times the money, i.e., 500 million, and released. Kaiji was very happy, and he celebrates his happiness with Indo. He also gives him a little money to trust, but he suddenly faints. Actually, Indo had mixed a sedative in his drink. When he comes to his senses, he sees that Indo has run away with all my money. He gets a letter from Indo in his pocket, on which he wrote that the loan I gave you, 30% interest on it was invested by him. The money I have taken and left 28 lakhs for you. Then we see the injured man's daughter who works in a mall. It was a voucher of a lot of money and his debt. This was sent by Kaiji. According to the promise, the injured man's daughter had been given the money, although he himself does not have any money. But now he has no debt on his head. He is completely free. He takes a breath of peace after fulfilling his promise. And this movie story ends.